Hey, Moyo Nation. We Moyo everywhere we go. I just got through running through downtown Muskogee, just running right down through the downtown area, and saw something that was really interesting. Ran by it the first time and read it. Then I stopped, walked back and looked at it again and thought about it, and it really struck me. I ran by a business. They've got a sign on the front door, and the sign says, "Due to these devastating times, we will be temporarily closed." I just ran by it the first time. Didn't think much of it. But I got about a half a block down and I stopped. And I ran back to make sure I read it right. And I read it a second time, and that is exactly what it said. Due to these devastating times, we are temporarily closed. And I thought, like I was saying yesterday, there's so many things we can't control. We can't control this virus. We can't control the weather. We can't control other people's attitudes. But we can control the way our mind thinks. And I thought to myself, there have been times in the past 2 or 3 weeks when talking to people, I have said, man, this is just devastating to a lot of people, a lot of small businesses. It's just devastating. But then I realized when I saw that sign, when I say that, in my mind, I'm telling my own thoughts that I think it's devastating. That's a huge word. And if I say that to others, then it spreads that word, that thought, to their mind. And don't get me wrong, this situation is difficult. But when we think of it as devastating, we're defeated. We've defeated ourselves in our own mind, that it's devastating. So I'm going to try every day to reframe, refocus my thoughts on the current pandemic. That it is an obstacle. But there is so many opportunities to work through this obstacle, to help people, to lift people up, to let people know maybe it's not devastating. Maybe it's like the sign also said, it's temporary. From the same sign, the same thought, the times are devastating, which is crushing. But then it said, we'll be temporarily closed. In other words, there will be an end to it. We'll get through it. It will be finished. And we'll get through on the other side. And we'll be strong. So maybe we set our minds more on this situation is temporary. And how can we work through it? Because we can't control it, but we can control our response. And I know who's in control. And as long as I tap into that source, I'm gonna be all right. And I'm gonna change my mindset. And in hopes that by doing that, it'll be contagious. And that mindset will spread. And we'll see the way through this obstacle and know that it's only temporary. There are so many opportunities for us to help, for us to lift people up. Let's take advantage of those. And Moyo, everywhere we go.